How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Vancouver Canucks franchise mode, and we're in round number 1 of the playoffs against division rival, the Anaheim Ducks. Now, if you remember, in the last one, we did most of the season simulating, and we didn't make any trades at the trade deadline, and the team performed very, very well, although, except at the very end, guys, we didn't do so high. We lost all the, I think, like the last 3 or 4 games it was. And kind of limped into the playoffs, and we're unable to get the first in the division. But that's okay. We still do have home ice advantage here for round number 1 at least. So let's go ahead and check out what the lines are for the Anaheim Ducks here. So it's pretty nice. You just pull them straight up. So they got Nick Ritchie, 86, low elite, 25 power forward. How did he do on the year, I wonder? 66 points, 33 goals, 33 assists. So he can definitely pour in goals and actually create some plays. And defensively, he's not bad as well. Getzlaf, and then they signed Calle Yarncrook from the Nashville Predators. Okay. How did he do this year? He's a third-line scoring forward on that first line. He got 51 points. He was a 20-goal scorer. Interesting. Corey Perry is regressing pretty hard. A lot harder than Getzlaf. He's only an 80 now, playing with Ricard Raquel and Jacob Silfverberg. Then they've got Andre Case, Ryan Kessler, who's still kicking, but now is a third-line forward. Max Jones as well. So they do have some younger talents, dispersed throughout here. But Richie, Case, and Max Jones are so far all that I've seen. And their fourth line is a bunch of old dudes. Mika Salamaki, 28. Thomas Plekanec, 38. And then Nick Kerdeal's 27. So it's not the greatest fourth line, but we'll have to see. They might be spending more money on defense. Their top defensive pairing, Cam Fowler and Hampus Lindholm. Then they have Sami Vatanen and Brandon Montour. And then Jacob Larson, the low elite, two-way defender, 78 overall at 23. And then Alexander Edler. We traded him here, right? I believe we traded him to Anaheim. He might have re-signed. I'm not too sure, though. And then in goal, that's how they got... Actually, in scratch, they got Paul Ledoux, Sam Steele, and Julius Nottinen. So I don't see anybody that's really injured that's going to pose a threat if they come back. And then they have John Gibson, and they signed Philip Grubauer, so that's a deadly 1-2 punch as far as goaltending. I mean, Grubauer's a lower-end starter, and Gibson is an elite goalie, so good thing we got an elite goalie of our own who seems to play well in the playoffs. He didn't have a great season this year, but hopefully he'll have a good postseason for us like he did last year. He basically carried us to the cup. But here we go. We got Panarin, Horvat, Goldobin, Kane, Granlund, Berchi, Besser, DeLeon, Lehkonen, and then Louis Eriksson, the forgotten one, Elias Pettersson, and Jake Virtanen there. Defensively, we have Olli Juolevi with D'Angelo, Goodbranson with Hutton, and Stetcher with Stone. And in goal, we have Thatcher Demko up at a 91 overall, and then Jacob Markstrom as our backup. So I would almost say that our goaltending tandem is better than theirs. I just think on paper, our team looks better than theirs. We don't really have any 70 overalls playing anywhere on the roster, but you know it's a lot different on paper than it is on the ice, boys. So let's go ahead, get into game 1 here in Vancouver, see if we can go ahead and get ourselves off on the right foot to start the series and start our defense of the Western Conference, I guess. So we can't defend our title, but we can defend our rightful place as the best team coming out of the Western Conference. Starts with a good first period. Let's go ahead. See if we get a good first period, boys. And nope, Max Jones scores on Thatcher Demko in that first period. Shots are about even, in favor by 3 for Anaheim, 13-10. Now, second period, we're going to need a bounce-back period. Guys, come on. This is not a team that's going to light up the score sheet. I need you guys to put some goals up. Let's go. Second period. And, son of a bitch, as I say that they're not going to light up the goal sheet, they put up 3 goals separated by 2 of ours. So Berchi and Kane score, which is great. That second line doing well for us. But Nick Ritchie scores 2 of his own, and Calle Yarncrook. So that first line, absolutely just dominates our first line. Come on, first line. Need you to pick it up. We put Anaheim on the power play 5 minutes in the period. No signs of life from Vancouver just yet. But there it is, Artemi Panarin, and I called out that first line. He steps up and cuts the lead to 1. And Ryan Kessler on the third line, the veteran presence, increased the lead back to 2. 5 minutes, come on, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, somebody step up, 1 minute, and that's going to be the game, guys. We're going to get trounced in our own building, 5-3. You cannot let up 5 goals. I'm sorry, Demko, he's had a very, very poor season after last season. I was expecting big things from him, but he has certainly not played up to the standard that I would expect from him. So we have just lost home ice advantage. We need to get this game. We cannot lose both games at home. I mean, if we lose both games at home, I'm going to start, I got to make some changes. But I got faith that the guys, they figured it out there towards the end. Let's see if they can translate that into this first period. And 2-0, we're losing. Edler and Richie both score. God, son of a... Alright, it's only game 2. No reason to freak out yet. But this has been an absolutely embarrassing performance from our team right now. Second period. And the embarrassment continues. It was 4-0, and then Horvat makes it 4-1. But this team looks atrocious right now. We are winning in the shot board, but we give them a 2-man advantage. We are able to kill it off. Still down by 3, now down by 4 to the Anaheim Ducks, who on paper shouldn't be beating us this badly. If anything, it should be a close game. But no, Anaheim is in back-to-back games put up 5 goals. We only put up 1 freaking goal on John Gibson. So I don't know what needs to change, but something needs to change, guys. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go make some changes because I just think defensively we need to be better. So this is where I go ahead and put Berchi on that first line again. It may not be as good for points, and then defensively we're going to put Goodbranson up on that first line. We're going to put Olevi and Hutton together. And then Goodbranson and D'Angelo there as well. So hopefully that'll sure up our defense a little bit because their first line has been doing pretty darn well. I'm going to put Louis Eriksson there and, put the playmaker with the 2 snipers and a sniper 2-way forward, power forward. So hopefully that'll get the job done. But Kane, Granlund, now Goldobin. So our second line isn't as good defensively anymore, but that will just slow down their playmakers a little bit. Their best players, guys like Nick Ritchie and Kelly Yarncrook, apparently, who's one of their better players, and Ryan Getzlaf. We need to slow that line down. We just need to slow their offense down. I don't know what's going on, but Thatcher Demko is not standing on his head right now. He's not the 91 overall goalie that I thought he would be playing as. 10 goals in 2 games. 5 goals per game so far we've been letting up. We need to have a solid defensive performance. You're not going to win games if you give up 5 goals a game. You will easily get swept out of the playoffs if you give up 5 goals. And we just lost both games on home ice. So come on. I need to see some heart and hustle from you guys. Let's go. First period. And Jacob Silfverberg scores. It's 1-0 Anaheim, and Vancouver's offense still cannot get the job done. We scored 3 in the first game, 1 in the second game, and so far this game we have 0 goals. And I know it's only 1 period, guys, but this looks pathetic. Come on! Second period. And okay, so Horvat ties the game, and Nick Ritchie promptly gives Anaheim the lead back, but we're only down by 1 now as we head into this third period. So defensively, looking better now on the power play, and we cannot get a crucial power play goal that would have tied the game halfway through this third period. Still, Anaheim has the 1-goal lead. 7 minutes left in the period. Vancouver's putting the shots on. 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Come on, somebody step up and score for us. 2 minutes. Anaheim on the power play, and Silfverberg nets the empty netter. And Besser then scores with 12 seconds left. But that's going to be it. It is a 3-2 victory for Anaheim over Vancouver. And now we are in... We got the threat of being swept right now. And this is... And Olli Juolevi has injured his back. Estimated return is April 23rd. Do we have anybody in the NHL here that we can play? No defenders. So I'm going to go ahead... Go to roster moves here. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. We're probably going to call up Jordan Subban, who has played in the playoffs for us before. He's been around, he's been up and down, so he knows what it's like to have his number called in crucial times. So hopefully that'll do something for us. They put Goldobin back on that first. They put Gonson over. You know what? Maybe we'll play Gons instead of. Unless Louis Eriksson's been doing well. Actually, he's a -3, so screw that. We are not gonna play that man. -3, -2. Obviously, he's even. -1, -3, -3, -3, -2, -2, -2. Well, I mean, we're not putting in enough goals, guys. That's just it. That's really all it is. We got D'Angelo and Hutton together, Goodbranson and Stone, then Subban and Stetcher. Now that Olli Juolevi is gone, guys, I'm not too confident with how our team's going to perform here. I honestly think we're going to get swept. I do not have the confidence in this team right now to say that we can come back, we can even win a game in this series. Not just come back, but even win a game. I don't even have the confidence in this team right now, guys. This may be an extremely short video. I'm looking down, and it's not even 10 minutes as I'm saying this, barely. We cannot lose this series 4-0 to the Anaheim Ducks, who are on the tail end of their playoff window's basically shut. Their cup window's basically shut. The slightest, I would give them a 2% chance to win the cup this year. This is not the greatest roster I've seen. This is not a Stanley Cup roster. Yes, it can make the playoffs, but I don't think they should be beating us in round number 1. Anyway, need to see what we do here. Backs against the wall. I've called us comeback kids in the past. You need to score some goals, though, to make a comeback. Where are they, boys? Find the goals. Let's go get it. First period. And okay, Virtanen scores, answering Calle Järnkrok. Still 1-1. I don't think we've had a lead yet in this series. This is game number 4, and I don't believe we've led for any minutes of any of the games. The best we've done is tied it. We have not led. And we're in game number 4. It's time to get a freaking lead, boys. Let's go. Second period. And we finally... There it is. Oh, thank God. We finally get a lead. It is 3-2, and we're in a decent position heading into period number 3. Calle Järnkrok scores, answering Besser and Horvat's goals back-to-back, 34 seconds apart. And then Calle Järnkrok scores just as the period is winding down. But it is still a 3-2 lead for the Vancouver Canucks. Now, in this period, we need to play smart defensively and shut them down. And hey, I was getting upset because they tied it, but Berchi answers right back. That's the kind of veteran presence we need. And then we give up a 5-on-3, and Brandon Montour ties the game, and Anaheim's still on the power play, and now Sammy Vatanen scores. Come on, boys. On the power play, we need to score. This is huge. Oh, and we're down by 1, 90 seconds, 30 seconds, and Case makes it a 6-4 victory, and something needs to change. I'm sorry. This was a piss-poor performance from everybody on the road. I am not happy at all with how we played. This team played better than this all season. But what are we on now? An 8-game, 10-game losing streak? What the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 straight games we have lost. 4 straight at the end of the season, and now 4 in the playoffs, and we are done. That is round number 1, swept out of the playoffs. Guys, something needs to change. I'm willing to do almost anything at this point because I am angry. I do not trust the players in the locker room anymore. I think some changes need to be made. Is that perhaps trading somebody away? Is that buying out somebody, or just flipping somebody for a random draft pick just to get them off the roster? Do we need to look more into free agency? And I guess while we're here, speaking of free agency, might as well go check out the pending free agents, because that's what we're going to have to, that's the next video. That's the freaking, oh my, Ovi, Kucherov, a guy like Kucherov, that would be amazing to get. Anyway, Dougie Hamilton, that's another sniper. I do need playmakers. I have noticed an absorbent amount of playmakers. Dylan Larkin, is he a UFA? No, but we got Anthony Mantha here, power forward. Maybe get a little grit and grind on this team. Dumba Teuvo Teravainen. I mean, I don't honestly know what else can improve about this team. I just think we got shitty luck. We were just in bad form at the end of the season, and it carried over to the playoffs, and they could never get whatever was wrong about them right. I mean, this is a pretty good roster with players down in the system. I mean, look, we got Panarin, Horvat. You can put Goldobin if he grows up on that first line, or he's a second liner. We might have a redundancy on that second line, though. Nikolai Goldobin here, 3 years at $5 million. Berchi, last year for him, do we re-sign him? I mean, he didn't do much for us during the regular season. Had a bounce-back year, though, I'll give him that. But in the playoffs, 3 points in 4 games, I guess. I don't know. Is it Evander Kane's time to go? He'll be on a 1 year left, $5 million deal. Kane's been a pretty consistent producer. Actually, no, I can't say he's been a consistent producer. Maybe we keep Berchi over Kane and trade away Kane. I don't know, guys. What do you think we should do? Do we sign Berchi, trade away Kane? Just let Berchi go, keep Kane? Arturi Lehkonen, there's a guy that we needed to make a decision on. He wants $3 million. I don't know if I'm going to be willing to give him that money back. We could play Louis Eriksson still. We have him for another year unless he retires. It's Joel Levy, Louis Eriksson. I mean, yeah, he's got another year at $6 million. We have Reed Boucher down in the AHL. We got hopefully some players growing down there. I mean, Elias Pettersson will probably be a third liner by next season. I mean, he already is a third liner. But Jake Virtanen here as well. Gaunce. I mean, we got some players that can play. I mean, defensively, we could always be better. I think the injury to Juolevi did really hurt, but we did play well. It was close. Those last couple of games were close, but not close enough. Defensively, I think we need that number one stud. I'm hoping Juolevi grows to be that, but I think we still need a number one stud. And down in the AHL, I don't really see too much promise, so maybe we got to go flip a guy like Berchi or Kane for a top defenseman or a top defensive prospect anyway. But offensively, I think we have enough players in the system right now that can grow and become something for us that I'm not too worried about forwards. I think we use some of that forward depth to go ahead and shore up our blue line. But you guys let me know what you think. I don't even want to check the stats. That was just sad. That was a very, very disappointing performance from the entire team. And I don't want to check the regular season stats. But let's go ahead here, check the playoff stats. This is just going to be a sad-looking sheet. Horvat with 5-4. Yeah, there you go. There's all the stats. Who didn't get a... Did anyone fail to register a point? Subban, Gauntz, Yoli. Yeah, a lot of defensemen. I'm not too upset about that. But every forward did register a point. Who was the biggest minus player on the team? It was Goodbranson. Our defensive defenseman was the worst. Maybe I made a mistake bringing him back. I knew he would be an 82, though, if I brought him back and he got happy. But maybe it's time for him to be shipped off for something. I don't know, because I don't want to give up too much defensive depth for things. But his contract, $4.5 million for another season, that's not terrible. But just not the performance at all, like during the regular season or during the postseason that you'd expect from Thatcher Demko. I mean, we came to know him in his first full starting year as a dominant figure. 927, 219. I mean, even 920, 230, or like 225 I would have been okay with. But 916, 243 is his worst year. I wouldn't say his worst year, actually. His rookie season when he was a backup for us, but still, not the performance you'd like to see. And then in the playoffs, just the dude didn't show up, I don't think. So maybe this is just a year I chalk it up to we had very bad luck, or maybe there is something that needs to be done. But you guys go ahead, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the off season.